And how would you say each candidate is doing right now? Obviously, on Sunday, we saw an incredible rally with Elon Musk and Trump revisiting the site of the first assassination attempt. That in itself was a powerful statement, regardless of what people said, coming from their lips, just the fact that he did that. And I believe that when you put Trump and Elon together, arguably the two most famous people in the world, then you get a sum that's greater than the parts. And there's the website called Polymarket that we look at in crypto because you can go and bet on that. And literally after that rally was done, we saw what's been a tiny Kamala lead for the past month split out into what now Trump has held about a 6 or 7 percentage point lead there, including a 9-point lead in Pennsylvania. And that came off the back of that rally. And I'm just curious, do you think that momentum is there for Trump? Also, I'm hearing that the honeymoon period is getting slightly over with Harris. She's obviously out there doing a bunch of media, from the 60 Minutes to the Call Her Daddy to this and that. And I think with kind of mixed results. And obviously they handled the hurricane pretty poorly. How would you say each candidate is doing, and what do you think they're going to specifically do the next 4 weeks? Will it be more the same for Trump with the rallies? Will it be more the same with Harris with carefully selected media?
Well, Harris, I believe, the more you see her, the less you vote for her. My fear really is that they nominated her late and it would be a short campaign. But the tide turned about 2 weeks ago with one of her, I've forgotten which one of her disastrous interviews, but where she kept repeating the same answer to no matter what she was asked. How are you going to fix the economy? What are you going to do about Israel? What are you going to do about Ukraine? Oh, I come from the middle class, and my mother taught me. I mean, it's obviously and then when you listen to her answer, it's precisely the same the next time and the next time and the next time, with no specifics. I think that's wearing very, very thin. Her personality is wearing thin too. She's simply not a nice person. She lost 90% of her staff. Before she was Kamala, the hero, she was Kamala the villain. The Biden people hate her. All you'd get out of the White House is she's the most disliked president. She had the worst approval rating of any vice president in history. Nobody had worked for her. It takes a little while for that to come through, particularly with a media that's fawning and that pathologically hates Trump. Yes, you're right. She is falling as much as he's gaining. He doesn't wear on you. I mean, he's been around a long time and he doesn't wear on us. And he always had what I tell him it's a secret weapon that he didn't have last time because of COVID, the rally.
Yeah.
No American presidential candidate. I followed all of them, and one of them is the biggest hero of my lifetime, Ronald Reagan. Nobody can do a rally like that. Now, what does that rally do? On television, it has some impact. But for the people there, they all go out and they spend the next 20 days getting voters. I mean, they get really worked up. Since we're so evenly split in America, particularly in what we call the swing states, enthusiasm wins for you. If you see small rallies for her and big rallies for him, he's going to win. Now, you didn't see that in 2020 because we couldn't have rallies.
Right.
But even when you saw it, it wasn't big. So if he can do these rallies, right? I remember in 2016, on the last day of the election, we did 6 rallies. We ended on election day. It was after midnight in Michigan. And we had to make a choice between Michigan and Minnesota. And we picked Michigan, and we won. And we lost Minnesota. The rallies, and he went to Pennsylvania that day, and we won Pennsylvania, the first Republican to win it in forever.
Wow.
Now, remember, in the last election, I thought on election night he had a landslide in Pennsylvania. He was ahead by 800,000 votes. Now, I know the left said, oh, they didn't cheat. But I have mathematicians that tell me it's mathematically impossible for them to have won that election, given the election day vote. 800,000 is a landslide victory in a state like Pennsylvania. So on election day, he had almost 65% of the vote. They won on paper ballots, which is always very, very question. This time, there'll be far fewer paper ballots. Many of the states have elected safeguards, and we have deployed a lot more inspectors. We're already in court in Philadelphia. We're already in court in Atlanta. Last time I had to come in and catch up. They had nothing prepared. So we're trying everything we can to make sure we get a fair count. If we get a fair count, I believe we win.
Okay. I guess that was my final question is, how do you feel about ensuring the fairness of those key ones, like you said, Atlanta, Philly, maybe Maricopa, those kinds of things? Do you feel like we're much better prepared than in 20?
Oh, much better prepared.
Okay.
Much better. It reminds me of my two elections when I first became mayor. In '89, I lost by about 30,000, 40,000 votes, and I did feel that I was cheated. In '93, I had a $1 million election integrity effort, and I asked my people, did we get all the cheating? They said no, but we got enough for you to win. There'll be some cheating. We can't stop it all. But as Trump says, if we have a big enough margin, we'll win. And I think we'll win even if we have a small margin, because remember, it's only 4 or 5 states where the cheating takes place. I don't want people to think that cheating takes place all over America. Even Democrats in other states a lot of Democrats are extraordinarily honest people. But the corruption in the Democrat Party is limited to some of our big cities. And there it's very, very bad. So there we have to have teams of people, which we have. And we have to be on top of it. We got to go to court early. We're doing all of that. And his margins are getting greater and greater. So the bigger his margin becomes, then it becomes impossible to cheat.
How do you get out of a rat race? How do you create wealth not only for yourself, but also for the generations to come after?
I am absolutely amazed with the quality of companies that we're getting exposure to.
We go on to Zoom calls with the innovators and the folks who are building new applications in metaverse, blockchain, artificial intelligence, decentralized finance.
What's going on, everybody? Thumbs up if you can see me.
We are focusing on early stage investment.
And the quality of people that we're getting exposure to, whether it be Dan Tapiero with 1RT, Jason Ma from Open, Yatsu from Animoca.
It's been a phenomenal experience thus far. It has far exceeded my expectations.
We are focusing on cutting edge technologies.
I view it now as the best investment I've ever made. The upside I view is unlimited.
And as a retail investor, I would never get this exposure anywhere else outside of Investment Club.
See you in the Investment Club.